Pastries abound in the St. Louis region, where you can satisfy your sweet tooth with treats both tasty and traditional.
We're in this beautiful little historic town of Kimmswick, Missouri. The bakery is one of our greatest draws, and it's been famous all over the United States. We've been very blessed for that, but it all started in my home by baking cookies. The bakery is so awesome. When you walk in the door, you walk right into the front of our bakery cases, and they are filled with probably 25 different types of homemade pies, cakes, and luscious cheesecakes that we feature every day. And then of course we have seasonal desserts as well, but all of those things are made by hand. There's so many different choices that you can have when you come to the Blue Owl. That's the hardest thing for people, is making up their minds what they're gonna have and which dessert they're gonna choose. But you always have to save room for dessert.
Right now we're at the corner of Delmar and Skinker in the historic Delmar Loop. We opened here about 5.5 years ago. My dad actually named it after my grandmother, Anita Piccioni. So we're mainly an Italian bakery. We're known for our cannoli. We have two different types of cannoli. We have our traditional cannoli, which is a mixture of sweet cheeses that's more of the very Italian style cannoli. We also have our signature, which is a custard cut with whipped cream. It's a lot lighter, a lot sweeter, more of an American take on Italian cannolis. We do traditional Italian pastries, sfogliatella, tricolor cookies. So we have cassata cakes, which are an Italian cake. We pride ourselves on being very traditional. If you're coming to visit St. Louis, you've got to visit the Loop anyways. It's an incredible area, lots of fun stuff going on down here every day of the week. It's a bustling neighborhood, a little bit more bohemian, a little bit more fun. Check out this area and especially our shop.
Park Avenue Coffee is a St. Louis local coffee shop, started in St. Louis in Lafayette Square on Park Avenue. When we started out, we thought we should do local fairs and treats, and what is more local to St. Louis than gooey butter cake? St. Louis is known for its gooey butter cake, and outside of St. Louis, most people have no idea what it even is. It was actually a mistake that was made in the early 1940s. We actually had the opportunity to meet Melba Danzer about 10 years ago, and her husband Michael owned Danzer's Bakery at the corner of Gravois and Taft. And the story that she tells, which I believe, they were making a deep butter cake, and when they made it and they pulled it out of the oven, it didn't rise properly. It stayed real low in the pan, and something was wrong, so they set it aside. Later in the day, Melba, who was running the front counter at the time, came back and saw this cake, and she's like, "What's this?" And she tastes it, and she says, "You know what? It's really good, but it's awfully gooey." And the deep butter cake became a gooey butter cake. We started out, we had two flavors. We had our mom's traditional, which was my mother's traditional recipe, and she had a chocolate recipe. Before it's said and done, now we have 73 different flavors. The gooey butter cake became really, really popular, and we outgrew the space to bake, and we ended up launching Ann and Allen Baking Company, and that's where they bake all of the gooey butter cakes for our company, as well as about 100 wholesale customers that we bake for. So if you're coming in from out of town and you want to try gooey butter cake, we're available in Straub's Markets, we're available in Fields Foods. You also can get a hold of our product in all of our 6 Park Avenue coffee shop locations as well.